Hello, everyone. Today, I'm really excited to bring you a build I did over this past weekend. I talked about it a little bit in my last video. This build took me over 18 hours of build time. Recording time, I believe I stopped at about 12. But I really, really, really like it. And I know that's a lot of reallys, but that gets my point across. I have play tested this, and due to that, you'll see some changes in the final version I'll walk you through later. But I decided with the new Home Chef Hustle Pack to do a build I've actually been wanting to do for a while, and it's been a townhouse, a couple of townhouses with something under it. I was thinking maybe a store or something like that, originally, so I could use the market tables or even just the two townhouses. And I woke up Saturday morning at 4 a.m. with the brilliant idea of I'm going to do these townhouse builds with a pizza parlor underneath. So that is what I'm doing. So this does work base game and the Home Chef Hustle Pack. This does have a ton of different packs in it. So sorry about that. Okay, really I'm not sorry because this build turned out really cool. So I did here in the kitchen use the Home Chef Hustle kitchen set. And I love this set. I don't think it's good for all of my builds. Like, I'm not going to be like obsessed over it. But it's a cute set. I like that it has the little drawer areas. And I like the more modern look to it. It is a European kitchen set, and that makes me happy as well. So, as you can see with a lot of this build, I am trying to kind of mimic the other side. That changes on the bedroom floor. But in my mind, this is you live on one side and then you get a bunch of roommates that live on the other. That is how that works. For base game, it works pretty well to have just have your door locked to everybody and then allow some access, and then have the front door be their door. I do have a mod that will allow me to lock doors a little bit more efficiently. So if you're on a computer and that's something you're interested in, that is available. I can't remember the name of it right now, but if I can find it in my list, I'll link to it down below. So over here, I just kind of went more with a green theme. I ended up furnishing the rental side first, and I had a lot of fun doing it. Like I said, this is one reason this took forever, is because I furnished both sides. So I pretty much built two houses and a restaurant to this build. Crazy. I didn't mentally think it would take this long. But this is probably already 6 hours in. Yeah. But I wanted to go modern with this one. And I think I pulled off modern cozy. I hope that's the vibe this gives. I didn't want it to be crazy. We also don't really have the greatest modern sets, at least in my mind. We need some more. I don't know, maybe it's just They don't have modern sets I love. I like them, but I haven't loved them yet. But anyway, as I said, kind of just getting this set up, getting all the clutter in. I was trying to go floor by floor when I did this. And I'll be honest, for me personally, I absolutely love how this rental kitchen turned out. Later on, I actually do move the kitchen in the owner side around a little bit. Now, I will say, if you decide you don't want to live in that side, I won't hate you. Okay, they're both awesome. The only difference is that one side is set up more like I want to say like a dorm type situation, so that the roommates can get around to things easier. Where the owner side is, set up more like a house. And you'll see what I mean when we get upstairs. I moved some stuff around a bit. So as you can see, there's a whole bunch of rooms, and here I am moving because, yeah, I decided that it wasn't going to work. They needed another bathroom on the rental side because, I had 3 on my side, and I was only going to have me. Yes, I'm going to be actually playing in this house. As I said, I did play test everything, and the one thing I would recommend for if you're going to play this with the roommates is to do the roommates before you really start opening the restaurant. And I'm saying this in quotes, the restaurant downstairs, because they kept coming to check out the, place while I was doing my, event. So they leave before it was done, and I lose my roommate. But that's why I played it that way, just to see what would happen. So I did go ahead. I stopped doing that, the, restaurant end of things. And then I got all the roommates filled in. The other thing is you definitely want to make sure you lock the door to the restaurant area. And there's a couple of them, and you'll see what I mean. You'll need to lock one to everybody but employees, so people stay out of your house. And then you'll want to lock, there's the outside door, and then there's one that leads into what I call the owner's suite. And that door will need to be locked too. But I'll walk you. You'll kind of see it as I attempt to walk you through it. All right, so the rooms up there, you can see, I believe I skipped over a little bit of that. I can't remember if I didn't record, or I did have some issues with my software. You'll see that in a video I post next week too. I had some major issues while working on that one, but I got it figured out. Things weren't syncing to my OneDrive, and my computer got really, really full really, really quickly. So it kept telling me I couldn't save things, I couldn't record, I couldn't do anything. It was a mess. But I think if you see anything completely switch, it's either I couldn't record it or I edited out a bunch, because this would have been an over 40-minute video. The other thing, if you have watched my past videos, this one does seem to go a little faster. It is a higher speed. If you want to watch the 40-minute video, just as a speed build with some music behind it, I can put that up. Just let me know. All I have to do is change a few settings on this one and send it out. I can do that for you guys. If you want it slowed down a little bit, you just won't hear my beautiful voice. All right. The other thing is curtains. I ended up using the Desert Luxe kit curtains because really they were the only ones that worked. These windows from Growing Together I love them. I absolutely love them. They do have kind of that modern, wonderful look. However, curtains, like hardly any of the in-game, curtains work with it. All right, so the other thing you'll notice as I was talking about curtains is I made the center wall on all of the floors a half wall. And that is so that the wall stays up. That way you're not watching what all the other Sims in the other apartment or, townhome are doing. It takes a little bit to get used to it. But once you do, it's great. It's absolutely great. As I said, this worked out really well when I played it just base game. And, I did that on purpose just to make sure that my mods weren't making life easy. But, like, the one mod I have will allow me to lock the entry door to the rental unit for my sim. And I didn't see anything like that in the base game, so my sim did want to keep going over there and doing their dishes and chatting with them, which, that's fine. But yeah, be forewarned. If you are a console player or don't use mods, that will probably happen quite a bit. All right, so again, in these builds, I wanted to do the modern look. It's not something I do a whole lot of. I do like building it. But I'm also like absolutely obsessed with more historical architecture and that type of thing, which is something I'm going to look at doing too. Originally in my mind, this townhome was going to be like an older Victorian townhome, kind of like what else is in this world on the one side, but then I decided to do it more like the building next door, which I am in San Myscino. I can't talk this morning. And I'm down by where they do a lot of the festivals, like the Spice Festival and all that. And the one building is more modern, so I kind of put it into that type of style. I know a lot of people may think these are the ugly modern styles, but I like them when they're done correctly. And that's with a lot of nice details and, touches to them that make them feel a little bit better. Also, I did do every room, I believe, in here is just this white, like wallpaper paint, except for the bathrooms. And mostly because in my mind, again, it's a modern build. A lot of modern homes are white. I also did not, on the owner's side, put in bedrooms. You could see I did an office upstairs. And then a storage room. Now, that being said, I have a short surprise for you at the end, and that is I took this build and made 2 other builds out of it. And you'll see those in a little bit. And in one of those builds, there is a kid's room. It's not like crazy decorated, but it's there. So I will probably load that one up to the gallery as a room. And if I have time in the next week, I will try to do maybe a couple more because they're pretty quick and easy. The nice thing is they're kind of just standard square rooms, so you could probably put almost anything in there from the gallery if you're not a decorator or builder. I did that because with the roommate system, it goes by how many beds you have. So I didn't want to put extra beds in the owner side that weren't being taken. And for me being, just the single person, it was, that's how I was thinking about it. But if you move a family in, it's really easy to just add some, add a bedroom in. And the bedrooms are the exact same size, those two. So you could put both in there and just, change the same one in both rooms and then just change it up. But, or not change it up, but change the colors. You know what I mean. I'm recording this at 6:30 in the morning. I'm just saying. I'm not quite awake yet. I'm still working on a cup of coffee. Yeah. All right, so I've started downstairs, and this is really where, when I play tested, I had to do some changes, and I'm sad because I actually really love how this looked. It wasn't bad. Like, the changes aren't too drastic, but to be honest, I do like how the finished product looks. I will say, I noticed that when I was playing it, the Sims don't tend to go to these elevated areas, but I also made this so that it should easily incorporate if you wanted to do a restaurant with the Dine Out pack. I really, really love playing Dine Out with Carl's Dine Out mod, and that was kind of my thought. I think I have like another mod that I can do a live-in like restaurant thing. So that was my other thought. Is like if somebody had those, they could use this that way too. And I haven't done it yet either. We'll try to get a kitchen up for you guys that you can just plop right in. If you decide you want to do a kitchen instead of the Home Chef Hustle pack. I did also end up changing the cabinetry I used. I use these cabinets all the time because I have the, I think it's the Better Build Buy mod that just opens up everything. And I didn't realize until I took all my mods out that these cabinets are not available to everybody. It's been a while. It clicked. I'm like, I should remember that. So in the final build, those are different. And it's mostly because I went in and had to change how this booth was set up. And the reason being is that the customers wouldn't take the food. Something with the routing, but I got it fixed, and I really like how it worked out. All right, so I am going to show you around the build. And I will say, originally I recorded this and did everything all at once, and I realized I had the wrong setting on my recording, so the voice didn't record. But that's okay, because I realized this was going to be a 40-minute video if I continued and did that the same way. So I'm just voicing it over, and I've sped this up. So downstairs, I do want to say, I was showing you the door that's there, that you could still see in that window, that leads into the restaurant. And then we had a grill area and a table. Up here, just kind of showing off the living room area, explaining here where that mirror is, that you could put a doorway if you wanted to do like a family situation where maybe your family members moved into the other side. I thought that would be a cute thing to do if you wanted to. The other thing is the kitchen counters moved around a little bit from what I had originally. I really like the layout of the other kitchen, so I did move it a little. And pretty much just added in some of the stuff from the Home Chef Hustle pack. So yeah, I like how this kitchen turned out. I love the way it looks. The other thing is the bar here, and brought the walls up so you could see the bar area. I didn't want to do walls up and the walk through that way, just because I am having some computer issues and apparently other issues as well. So, I kind of did it this way. Um, but showing off kind of the view there and then the view on the other side. By the way, there are a couple areas you'll see that the wallpaper is not on there. I'm going to fix that before I upload. Oh. And yeah, so on. So I do want to point out this little porch area. I currently just have a couple of seating areas here. You could move the grill and a table up there if you wanted to, or just the grill. When I started playing, I put in a couple little garden areas in that covered section. So I'm thinking it might be better to just go ahead and move the grill up and then put the garden down there so that you can use the fresh fruits and vegetables for the cooking. Okay, so anyway, upstairs, showing you the storage room area, the office. And again, I'll have some bedrooms, or at least one bedroom for sure, that I'll upload. I might upload one of the rental bedrooms too that you can use as just a room. Of course, you can copy it over, but if you wanted an adult room for one of the other builds, you'll see what I mean in a little bit. Then it'll be available, so I may do that as well. Just showing the bathroom and then the master bedroom here too. Very modern look, which I wanted to stick with, and I really like it. And outside, I put a little yoga mat, a fireplace, a little bench to sit on, and yes, you can get to it all. And then on the rental side, a little garden area, a couple of benches, hallway out to that area. And then the bedrooms here. So I didn't really show these off too much because they're about the same. I pretty much use the same bed, change the dressers up a little bit, adding a few little things there because most of the time the roommates bring some of their own like cluttery stuff. So, and you can see that here. Yeah, so I like how this side turned out with the bedrooms. 4 seems to be enough. I think I only had 3 when I got paid, and it was like 2,000 simoleons just from the 3 for the week. So definitely worth the cost. You could do something where maybe you set this to 0 if you wanted to do, more realistic type play, or, your simoleons to 0 and make them, do that. There's a bunch of stuff you could do with this build that would be fun. All right, so I wanted to bring you down to the restaurant now. And you can see it looks a little bit different. I had to change the opening so that your customers would actually take the food. So once I got that figured out, it worked well. You can see I changed the counters to what's out in the restaurant area. And really, I think it turned out really cute. I liked the opening. I think it felt a little more cozy with the other opening, but this one works fine. I like it. Like I said, it works well. And the nice thing is the customers will go out and sit at the tables and eat. So that's nice. The only downside is they like to just leave their dishes. I also added a bathroom, which I think you saw when I bring it down here. And so that's helpful because, I got tired of the sim that kept going up to the, bathroom in the townhome. It just took too long to go up the stairs. So anyway, now we're on to the next build. And I'm not going to show you the top 2 because they're exactly the same. But the bottom, I just added open area. And I want to say, if you really want me to go through and put something down here, let me know in the comments. But I was thinking you could make it your own. I think if I play in this, which I might, I'm going to put maybe a pool and a gym area down here. You could also use it for storage. Pretty much there's some opportunities with it. If I do the pool and the gym, which I might go back and do even if I don't move into this one, and upload it, that's an option. I also added this front door area and the walkway or the hallway, because you could use that as a front door and then lock the doors inside accordingly, because that little room does have a couple of doors on either side. And that way your Sims aren't walking all the way around to the back. That would turn into more of a back door situation. Um, like I said, I think there's a couple of things. I didn't take a lot of time on this. So here's the next one. And this is just the owner side with the restaurant underneath. And again, I'm not going to show you upstairs because it's the same exact thing as what we've already seen. So this is kind of what the downstairs looks like. It's just a shrunken, smaller restaurant, and it'll work fine. The Sims in the bigger one didn't go and use all the space, so that's what kind of triggered, oh, let's do this. So this is a smaller area to run. With this one, again, I could go through and redo the kitchen to make it more of a restaurant. If anybody wants me to do that, let me know in the comments. I am going to go through and change out those countertops, though. But other than that, I think it turned out really cute, and it's a perfect little, like, put it in a neighborhood build. So it worked really well. All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed this build. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Apparently it's wear a bag on your head day in The Sims, but we'll go with it. It's fine. But yeah, definitely like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And I really do hope you guys have a wonderful day. And I will talk to you soon. Bye now.